All right, we're just going for it. I don't know if I got everything ready, but anyways, I don't have the mic. It's up there. Welcome in. Oh, sorry, fellas. Got the area cleaned up a little bit. I do need to clean it. It looks kind of dirty. All right, anyways, welcome in. What is up? Playoff time, fellas. Dude, what? Hey, what an exciting end to the season of baseball. I mean, yeah, Mark, your O's weren't in it. My Royals weren't in it. But there were some meaningful games this last weekend, even today. Find out who's going to get in. 2 divisions were decided today. So fun times. Congrats to those that your team got in. If your way went your way today, like Blue Jays fans clinched, Guardians clinching. Holy cow, Detroit, man, they still are in it. That's insane. Whoa. I didn't get to watch any baseball today because I was at a wedding doing stuff, but I had my phone. Don't worry. I was like checking, I was looking. People were talking about the Chiefs game. I'm like, I don't care about I do care about the Chiefs game. They kicked some butt, but that's another story. It was final day of baseball, regular season. Whew. That was fun. Anyways, here we go. What's up? Mark, what's going on? Ron is in the house. Maddie, what is going on, my friend? I've seen you a while. Game Big Guru, what's up? Lucky 7 is in the house. Speaking of Lucky 7, we got a couple of Lucky 7s tonight. I'll go over them in a second. Who else? Cardholic, what is up? BANF. Clint, what's going on? You're shocked the Reds got in, dude. I didn't think they were going to make it either. I was rooting for them. Nothing against the Mets, but between those two teams, I was rooting for the Reds. Small market team and all, you know. I know some people are Mets fans. I work with a guy that's a Mets fan. Jake, what's going on, my friend? Welcome in. Plenty of men, yo. Anyways, so Lucky 7. So we're gonna have 2 Lucky 7s. Lucky 7 and a Lucky 14. Lucky 14. Another one of these I'm giving away. So number 14 will get this. I'll ship it to you. Have fun ripping it. And Lucky 7 is a extra spot in this team. So when we do the randomizing, whatever is team number 30 after randomizing the team, that will be the Lucky 7 team. I'll randomize the 29 people in the break, and we'll go from there. So anyways, there's still a bit of ways to go. I don't know, honestly, how many. I ran downstairs. Okay, I have not touched anything baseball card-wise since the last break, and I put this break up. I've just been busy running around, doing stuff, life, and probably the free time I have, I was not spending on cards this week. Yeah, so I had to go. I got to make my list real quick, who was in it. So I got that updated real quick as soon as I got home, and then I went and took care of some other real quick stuff, and then came down here and game day. You can ask questions. But anyways, we may not get the break in tonight. There's a possibility we may not get the break in. I don't know how many spots we're down to at the moment. Let me go look. I did get, I believe, all the refunds for people, both the extra shipping, and then there's that one break where I changed it and I lowered the price, so I went back and refunded, buddy. If you had a credit that you're trying to use, let me know. So I think there may have been 1 or 2 people that did the last couple breaks. I think I got them done. If not, send me a friendly reminder, please. Thank you. So yeah, we were down to 14 spots. Another bigger break. I don't know why I did such a big break. We just had a bigger break. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll try to. I was like, no, what? Screw it. It's the end of the year. We're going to go big. And we did. So anyways, we got quite a bit of stuff in this. A bunch of the new stuff. And then we have a little bit of the old stuff as well, just for some extra fun times. Lucky 7. Going to sleep. Hopefully wake up to a bang. Hopefully. Last time was a good Marilotto. Never know. Anyways, so this is some of the old stuff. 22. That's not 22. That's 23. Series 1 Jumbo Gunner in there. 24 Update Hobby. We know all about that. 22 Stadium Club. Julio, Bobby, Cal Raleigh. MVP? Maybe. Today, I just got gifted some complete sets and cards from like the late 80s, 90s. You think I should make a complete? I think I should make the complete sets or part of sets and keep the cards. No clue, man. That's way outside of my purview. I had probably some of those complete sets as kids because that's some of the stuff I would get from like, aunts and stuff. I would get a box, a complete set of something. I don't have any of my cards from kids, and I don't know anything about those except for that they just are big boxes of junk wax in general. So I don't know. I really don't. If it's like 1986, 87 Fleer basketball, I don't know that they made a complete set of that, but keep that one. Go through and find the Jordan. I don't know. I really don't. I'm not any kind of vintage dude. I mean, I'm the ultra modern stuff. Like I said, I just got back in 2022, not that long ago. So, but there's plenty of people in the hobby. Ron would be the other guy right there. But there's plenty of people probably in this chat that could probably help you out about those kind of stuff. Car deal, you'd be a guy. But plenty of other guys that may know enough about that stuff, but I know a tiny bit. I know that they exist. I know some of the years. I can tell you I can know what they look like because I opened them and I can remember them. Some of those Donruss and Fleers, like 91 Fleer. I can remember that design. 90 Donruss, 91 Donruss. I remember all those, but that's about it. That's about it. Anyways, back to what we got. So this is the older stuff. The rest is all 2025. So 22, 23, and 24. Some good stuff there. But then the rest is all newer stuff. I got this. I kind of just threw this in at the end. I'll just throw it in. 25 archive signatures. Just one signature that. We got a Topps Finest. We got some logo in there. We got a Chrome Hobby. And Tier 1. And then the new Bowman Chrome, a Breaker's Delight, and a Hobby. So bunch of autos. I think we're guaranteed like 14 or 15 autos in this, so quite a bit. But anyways, let me get a link. I think I had one up there. Let me get another link to the website. Pretty simple. It's kccardbreaks.com, and it's up there. And again, I'm assuming we're not going to get it in because that's a lot of spots. I know I went big again, probably regretting it. I thought about if I would have had time to come up with a smaller break just to kind of put out there. But like I said, no time. I've had no time. Let's see. Buttons. That's not it. Oh, there it is. You have Instagram. Contact him. You can contact him on Instagram. There we go. This is your best value break. Well, okay. Well, I always try to provide value no matter what the cost point is. But my bread and butter is that like $35 to $50-ish range. Just, good mix. And then it's also cheaper, kind of that kind of stuff. But I do like big breaks. I wish I could do big breaks all the time. I mean, who doesn't like that? Big breaks. It's fun. It's fun getting in big breaks. There's just more stuff. There's more hits. I like getting strikers breaks. He provides pretty good value too. I will say that he does have good value most of the time. Sometimes I'm like, it's a stuff I'm not as much interested in so much. And some of them, but in general, especially on the new releases, he does really well. He's big time. So. All right. Anyways, yes, yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff in there. Again, KC Card Breaks. Here is the links right there. If you're interested, go over there. I did actually have a little bit of mail. One, and I believe it's a hat. I think it's going to be a hat. I don't know from who. I know somebody said they were shipping me a hat, but I honestly can't remember who. But first, so check this out. My father-in-law got some stuff from some sort of estate, probably like jewelry and gold. He does that kind of stuff. And I was at the volleyball game this week, and he brought these. I'm like, here, I doubt they're worth anything, but here, and it's this Hank Aaron 23 karat gold foil card. It's not worth much. I looked it up, but it was kind of interesting. It was kind of cool. You know, a little stamp on there, the serial number. And then this, so I don't know what it is. Premier edition of the Babe. Something. Yeah, not worth much. I looked up real quick on eBay. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, not worth much. A handful of dollars each, but it was kind of cool. Old stuff. This says it was from 94 and 94, and this was 96. Bleachers cards. And this is the family of Babe Ruth and the Babe Ruth Baseball League, what that is. Just something interesting. But anyways, yeah, I did get a hat. I believe it's a hat. I hope it's a hat. If you sent me this hat, let me know. I want to say somebody said that they were sending me. I had quite a few, but I do think there was one I was waiting for. So someone messaged me, said, hey, I'm sending you a hat. I think. So, and maybe this isn't a hat. Maybe it's something else. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. It's a hat. Oh, here we go. You know, it's time. Check it out. Who sent this? It's my team I'm rooting for in the playoffs. Mariners, baby. Oh, check it out. It's like the regular old school Mariners hat. I already got one Mariners. I got I got the old school M, and now this. I'm ready for some Mariners baseball, baby. Oh, who sent me this hat? Who sent it? I think I know, and I was kind of expecting to see out of my head. I thought who sent this? Who sent it? But, oh yeah, I owed right now. I do owe Ron. I owe you a package. I didn't forget. But everybody else, I've already sent their package out. And actually, I did get a couple people send me their hits. I know Mark got something and somebody else. So someone got an HFA. Someone got an Independence Day from those 25 Series 2 Fanatics blasters. I have not been getting much. But a couple people so far, they were getting the hits. One of them had a couple hits. I don't remember what, but it was somebody that just reached out and sent me. Mark got the HFA. It was Acuna, right? Luis Angel Acuna, HFA, from his blaster. Landon Ackley's pitched today. Ooh. Oh, you know what? I don't have any all out, but maybe we'll use him for something else today, just in honor of Landon Knack getting on the bump today. Who's ready though, man? Whose team is in? What predictions? Who got the buys? Brewers and Phillies. Brewers and Phillies, and then Yankees. No, it's not Yankees, but Blue Jays and Mariners. Who do I got? Yeah. So yeah, Yankees and Red Sox, and then Guardians and Detroit, I believe, is the matchup. I don't know the matchups in the National League. Except for I think I know one. Wasn't it already going to be the Cubs? And no, I thought I already saw the two. It was going to be Dodgers and Padres. Is that in the first round? Yankees or Sox? I'm going to say Yankees. Not because I want them to win by any means. I'm just going to say Yankees. How about them Mets? Mets, man. They had a rough skid at the end. I'm kind of worried about Detroit. I mean, they did make it. They made the dance, but they backed, pretty much they got the last spot in the end. Dodgers and Reds. Okay. Dodgers and Reds. So it is Cubs and Padres. Okay, I thought I had already seen that. I thought that was already decided. Yeah, because Dodgers got I knew that. I did know that because I was thinking, wait, Cubs had the second best record, but at least they did at some point. I don't know. The Reds, yeah, that's the thing. That's why I was excited about seeing the Reds get in. Their bats are horrible. Their pitching, yeah. If the Dodgers, whoever they're facing, if their pitching just isn't on and they get enough runs, scratches crossed, and the Reds definitely have the arms to get it done in the playoffs. Of course, I'm not totally up to date on their bullpen per se, but they got some arms. I do know that in that starting lineup. So I don't know. I'm excited for it. And it start Tuesday. Are we starting Tuesday? Is that right? Anyways, who sent me the hat? There's nothing in here. I want to say someone messaged me. I was one of the Mariner fans. I'm trying to remember who sent me those. I think Jeremy sent me one of those. I remember now who all sent. Anyways, guys, up on the website, big break, little mixer. The big mixer. I think it's 14 autos guaranteed. Some of all these have shots at extras. Obviously, the logo has a shot. Finest can have extras. Tier 1, we've seen extras of those. We've seen extras out of the hobby boxes of Chrome, Bowman Chrome. Not so much from Topps Chrome. Obviously, we're getting auto here. Obviously, got 2 silver packs, so an auto chance there, and 2 out of that. So, Snell, Yama, and Ohtani are. Ohtani. How many innings does Ohtani have in him? What's the most he's pitched? Did he ever go farther than 5? I thought he got 5 in one time. Oh, Kershaw didn't even get a roster spot? Five innings. So why didn't Kershaw make the roster? Didn't they just use him like they brought him in to close out a game or something? Oh, save him for second round. So they're like, we're going to make it. We're going to save him. His old age. I got it. And I don't know how the whole roster thing works, but the playoffs, I'm not an expert on it. My rules haven't made there a lot, most of my life. So I'm not any kind of expert, and probably the rules have changed anyway. So you can email me. Someone sent Ron. Someone can email Ron. I guess it is only a 3-game. Yeah, I guess that makes sense if it's only a 3-game set. You don't. Yeah, okay. That does make sense. Sorry, I never changed the music volume. James, we are not that close. I mean, not for the size of this break. We're down to 13 spots. Ron just grabbed a spot, so we're down to 13. bigger break, $100 buy-in. I kind of was like, I'm gonna do a big hurrah at the end of the season, celebrate the end. And it was a bad idea. I mean, I love it. I like the break. Nothing wrong with the break itself. It's just I'm just a small time dude in a small town basement. So it's kind of, it can be slow filling. And it's not like yeah. I mean, we could cook up something else. A little mixer or something. Got Ron in the house. Band is in. And again, one person will get a bonus spot, and then another person will get this. This is for Lucky 14. Lucky 7 is an extra spot in the break. So pretty much like $100 break credit, but instant break credit. Jake, we may be back in this spot tomorrow night. I'll probably be back late tomorrow night as well. Seeing what we can do. We usually doing it the last few times doing these bigger breaks like $70-something plus. It's taken a day or two to fill. This one we've had a few days to fill it, and it's just going slow. Didn't really do much promotion. I was actually hoping to go live last night, but I just got home and I was like, I'm tired and I got to work in the morning. I was going to do like a live personal break, but because I wanted to open something in days. Honestly, Jake, I don't know. You never know what's going to be better, I feel like. I mean, to me, Jumbos are always fun. Got to advertise. Yeah, I should probably do a lot of stuff again. I mean, like I said, it's a hobby hustle. I'm not doing this to, pay bills or make money. It's just, it's fun. And it's fun. So I'm not out there trying to hustle it as much as I should at times. Maybe sometimes, I may get, but at this point right now, just not like, come on guys, buy the spot, please. I ain't gonna do it. I'll just hang out, chit chat, have fun. Advertise to rip. So yeah, down to 13 spots. So we talk some baseball. Yeah, I didn't get to watch any. It didn't seem like any of the games really had any kind of thrilling end to them per se, based upon the scores I was watching. Blue Jays blew it away. The Reds and Mets game, they kind of had it. It was a fun start. What's gonna do? Reds. I watched Ellie. I did see Ellie, and I was watching that game on my phone before we left for the wedding, and I saw him go deep to center field. And so that put them up 1-0, and then I saw later they were up 2-0, and then we're losing, but then the Mets were losing, and then from there it was like that game. Those games kind of stalled out. It was 2-4 and 4-0. And if you're a Reds fan, it was looking good. Mets fan, it wasn't looking great. And I don't even think it changed from there. So I don't know. They seem like Detroit and Boston was an exciting game. Because it was kind of close and it was kind of back and forth a little bit, I think. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The Yankees score didn't matter at that point because the Jays were just up so much, so it didn't even matter what was happening in the Yankees game at that point. Did the Yankees even win? They were up, I saw, but I kind of stopped paying attention to certain games. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's pretty much decided, so. But okay, yeah. So yeah, again, Ray. Yeah, I didn't even pay attention to that game either. I just once Detroit lost. But the Guardians, was they losing early? I feel like the Boston took an early lead, and then Detroit took a lead, and I think Boston came back, and then I was thinking that it was like a 2-2 game for a while, the Texas and Guardians, and then maybe Texas was up 4-2. Like I said, I was at a wedding or doing stuff, so I was just kind of peeking at my phone here and there as the game's going. So I don't know if that Boston and Detroit game was kind of exciting to the end. I know Nala was saying something about that in just a chat. I didn't see it till later, but the Mets had, maybe some sort of slim shot at some sort of rally, maybe late. I mean, they still lost 4-0, I believe, but maybe they had a few runners on but couldn't get anything done. Okay. Yeah, so I didn't. Yeah, but after that, so then after obviously Detroit lost, it didn't matter. I said, and then after and when Toronto was just kept piling on, that didn't matter. So the only thing that was mattering was just the, obviously the Reds didn't have to win; they were just rooting for Miami, and Miami came through for the Reds. So yeah, 3 teams out of the NL Central. I think 2 of the teams had the best record. Did the Cubs end up with the second best record? Obviously, the Brewers did. Bobby, second year in a row, leading the league in hits. Also led the league in doubles. Postseason. I don't want to see postseason. Oh, here we go. Final stand. Yeah. No. Cubs did not have it. No. They felt. I know they faltered for a bit. Royals also finished with the winning season, 82-80. Didn't do anything, but at least. Did you get any Tops 25 holiday? I didn't even know anything about it if it dropped. Anyways, what's up, Steven? Anyways, who sent me this hat? What Mariners fan sent me this hat? Do I need to go check my messages again, my emails or something? I know a few people have. I was thinking I was waiting for one from somebody that said they sent hat. If I didn't get your credit, let me know. I don't see. I know. I mean, I'm seeing some other message about people sending me hats. Maybe it was an IG. Who knows? Oh, it's on the Topps website now. I did not order any holiday. I did not. Normally I do, because normally, like obviously during the holidays every year I've done a giveaway, and usually I give away a handful of those among other things. Probably should order some, but we'll see. We'll see. I still have 23, 24, and 22 holidays. Usually I give like of the older ones, I just give like one away, and then I give a handful of the new ones away. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Topps update pre-sale tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough money to do the pre-sale tomorrow. We'll see. Gotta pay my debts. Alrighty. Let's see. What do I got for messages? Did somebody send me a message? Where are my... Anyways, I do think we're down to 12 spots. 12 spots left, guys. Christian got a spot. All right. I'm not seeing any. Who sent me my Mariners hat? I'm excited. I'm rooting for the Mariners. M's. Nate Julio, dude, Julio, man, he had a heck of an end of the year. If you look at WAR, let's go look at the WAR. It may not be updated for today, but it's gonna be good enough. But dude, Julio, he was making a run for it, especially if we go to B WAR. So this is all players. So he was up to 8th at 6.8. That's including pitchers. And if you go to position players, he was number 5. It was 6.8. and he had a down year. And Bobby had a down year at 7.1. Rally, an amazing year supposedly at 7.3, and then Judge at 9.8. I did watch a video today, and again, I'm not trying to downplay Rally's year, but they're having hit. He was saying that when people were saying Rally's having an historic year, he just hit a lot of home runs. But then there was like other years that, some great catchers throughout the years. He's like, oh, yeah, it's an okay year compared to some of these other years. He just has lots of home runs, which is so amazing. I mean, it's still a feat having 60 home runs. I get that. But it's not like the best season ever for a catcher. I don't think it is. After seeing that, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, before I was like, okay, yeah, he's having, a bunch of home runs. But overall, I feel like, and people say about his defense, but suppose his defense hasn't been great this year. I don't know the truth of that, but that's what people are saying. I mean, it does. If you look at his offensive WAR is 7.7, his overall WAR is 7.3. So he's getting dinged for his defense somehow. So to me, it's kind of like defense. I mean, I don't know. Like Rodriguez, his offensive WAR is 5.8. He's getting a big bump to 6.8 because like Bobby, his offensive WAR is 6.8. He got only a little bump of 0.3. Judge got a huge bump somehow, which doesn't make sense. I think outfielders personally suppose he's a rate. Yeah, and I don't know. This whole framing thing, I don't even, if you can really quantify that, because that's just also the bump as well, right? Like the frame, I don't know. I just don't think that the umps are going to matter if every time you bring your ball, because they bring their glove right to the middle of the plate. It's not like they're like and like keeping it on the corner like just enough. Everyone, for most part, most of them, when they bring it up, they're bringing it right back to the middle. Like, wasn't down the middle. So I don't even know. I get you could be like, well, it wasn't, and they got the call. But was that the catcher as much as just the ump? Umps are horrible. Man, I feel like some of the umps, man, calling balls and strikes. I don't know. And maybe it's always been bad. Maybe since we got that stupid thing on the screen, we're all more, home couch umpires more. But there's some good ones though. You watch games, it is sad if you're watching the game. Wow, dude, this ump is on fire. Like, he's gonna miss a couple, right? Especially on the corners and stuff. I'm like, okay, when it's like barely hitting it, I don't mind so much. But sometimes the real bad ones, it's like, okay, that one barely hit. It actually hit, it hit the zone just barely. And like if they would have done the whole ABS thing, raised their hand, we could do it. Yeah, hit it. And then the next pitch is like way out here, like 2 inches off the plate, and they call that a strike. Like, that's like, dude, that's just bad. And then it's just inconsistency, or like it's just, I feel like it's been bad. Anyways, who sent me my hat? Who sent the M's hat? I need to know. And not against Cal. I'm not trying to poop around him, but also I'm not any kind of Judge fan. I don't like the Yankees, but Judge's numbers are pretty ridiculous again. So that's just a fact. Overall, his offensive numbers, like, are off the charts. Pretty crazy. Got the batting title. Still only 53 home runs. What a slouch. Yeah. On base, crushing everybody. He's on base 45% of the time. The next closest person was Ohtani at like 36. 360. So he's on base all the time, and that's how you win ball games. Good pitching and scoring runs, and you score runs when you get guys on base. He scored a lot of runs. Obviously, he's lots of RBIs. Yeah, Cal has a few more RBIs and home runs, but just saying. Not a Cal hater. I like Cal. All right, let me go bring up the website again. What do we got? I think we're down to 12. 12er. Oh, we're down to 11 spots. Okay. Like I said, it's a tough hill to climb tonight, and I get it. It's a tough tall, steep hill to climb. Cal's still going to win MVP, though? You think so? He could. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I think if I was voting, I mean, I don't know. I'm a pretty straight shooter. I get there's the fatigue of Judge one keeps winning it, Otani keeps winning it. If there were some people, like, if they all the voters got in a room and like discussed stuff and like, hey, and just presented facts, don't try to, like, just, hey, here's this and here's why this is, per se, maybe I could be persuaded. I could be, but so actually the funny thing is, if you say that, Steven, I was looking. Cal has a lot of home runs. He had quite a few home runs that just snuck over. Like, I was looking where, like, he had quite a few that were like doubters. That means they were only home runs in like 7 of the ball fields. Judge, I mean, he had some too, right? He has some of those, but I think Cal had more. Cal had one of the highest. If you look, if you all the parks, they do everything right. He had the most help with the home run, like the most luck. He was like +8 over like expected home runs, because of he happened to hit the home runs in the right ballpark at the right place. Like, okay, that was only gone in a couple, and he just happened in that ballpark, hit it in the right spot. Which, again, it's a home run. It doesn't really matter in the end, right? I get it, and yes, Judge just playing that, but Judge also crushed most of his home runs too. So did Cal. Cal had plenty of no doubters as well. But if you look way deep into it, Cal actually benefited more from ballparks than Judge did. Just if you look at it, if you go, I'll bring it up. We're just sitting here. 11 spots left. And again, this is my opinion. We can all have our opinion. I'm not saying anybody's wrong or right. I'm just telling you if I'm already seen. I've been watching quite a bit of stuff, people talking about them, both sides. Some people, people are just being homers for it. I'm like, okay, I'll still listen to what you're saying, but when you're just coming at it from a bias, from the standpoint, oh, my Judge is blah, blah, but Cal, like, just tell me, hey, Cal did this, and this is why this is so great, this is whatever, and you could compare them, you could do some stuff. I mean, you can, but it's just, some people are just obvious, like, it's just like, you're just being a homer. And your reasoning seems clouded a little bit, even though some of the stuff you're saying is true and fine. But anyways, I'm gonna bring up. Let's go to Statcast. Let's do it. Let me bring it up, and I'll bring you guys over. MLB.com. For some reason, my computer really hates the MLB website. It's already going slow. Everyone don't know why. It's the MLB website. All right, come on, stats. I did. Oh, nope. Oh. Did I get it, or did it give me a wrap of a game? Oh, here we go. Let me make this big. Come on over. I like going to these stat pages. It's just interesting. Some of the war stuff, basically the defensive war. I've been trying to dig into defensive war. I feel like there's between B war and F war, it's so different, and not even sure I agree with some of the defensive war stuff after doing a little bit of a dive into it. But anyways, that's another story. Yeah, here we go. So let's just go to home runs real quick. I'll show what I'm talking about. Here's home runs. So Cal, actually Schwarbaum actually was a little higher. I guess he creeped up. So here's home runs. So you can see the two that got the most help, right? This is pretty much, you got the most help based upon the ballpark right here is what this is. Home runs minus the difference. So actual home runs and expected home runs, that's based upon, where you hit them at. Like, okay, kind of an average. Like, okay, you got whatever. He obviously hit a ton of no doubters. He hit, 56 home runs, 29 were, but that's only a 51%. Only 51% of his home runs were home runs and all. And also you can even do that too. But So Cal right there, 7.9, right? So he kind of actually got lucky based upon where he hit the home run, is what this is saying. And then Judge is nowhere to be seen. He's not even, way up here. He actually didn't get that much help from the ballpark. Where is Judge at? Here, I'll just hit actual home runs and I'll have it right there. So he was right here. So he was right there. He's even pretty much. He was expected to get 52.9 based upon where he hit the ball, how far he hit it. And if you average it out somehow, actually, the ballpark didn't help him with that. So I know I think of it too as, home run alley over there and right, at right field. So D'Lo, what's going on? But anyway, so it's actually, people, you can say that, right? Does it? But if you actually go look, which I've been doing, I've been looking at this stuff a lot this year, just kind of paying attention for fun. I enjoy it. Sometimes I get some downtime at work, and I'm just gonna go look real quick, kind of see and I've kind of been looking at a lot of the same things, kind of seeing how it's changed. So actually, if you look, tells a different story. So he's had 28. So this right here, it says no doubters right here. You got to read between the lines because if you add all this up, it's way more than 60. So obviously he had 28 no doubters. And then over here, he hit balls. He hit 34 balls that were gone in 8 to 29 by the ballparks. So not all of those were home runs. Some of them, they could have been a home run in 29, but it happened to be the one. Or maybe, I wonder if actually over here, if there's no doubters, I wonder if you got robbed actually, if it was a no doubter and it was a fly out, even though it technically would have made it out in all ballparks. That could have been a thing. It could have been a thing. I was actually thinking about the other day. But anyway, so right here, if you click on Judge or Rally, it'll tell you. Okay, here it is right here. So, right. So this how it does it. Kind of, I don't know. It does a math of some sort. So obviously this one was gone in 10. It was a fly out. So it wasn't, 7. So that one, would have been under the doubters. That was a double. Home run right there. It's right there. Home run. This was a lucky one. He was playing, and where was it a home run at? Why not have all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's all the. It doesn't even say. It was a home run in none of them. So did it get off somebody's head, and it just happened to be a home run in that one ballpark? Anyway, so that one was only gone in 14. That So that, I think there's all that. It's like this one was, only out in 10 ballparks. It was a home run. That one was only out in 2. It was a home run. 2 again. It was only gone in 2 ballparks. That one was only gone in 12. That one was only gone in 1. This one was a home run, only gone in 1. So he actually got a lot of help if you really look at it. So, but again, not take away from 60 home runs. It's home run. And he said, as a catcher, that's amazing. I just don't, the rest of his numbers don't say a whole lot. And I was all on board there for a while. Actually, people say, oh, he's a platinum glove gold winner. But when people this year start saying, well, this year he's not having as great a year. So it's this year. Is he actually having it? So that's kind of been kind of turned me. It's like, if he's not having that great of a year as on defense, and it's just 60 home runs, he's batting 240. I don't know. Oh, it's definitely something, but I don't know. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion. I ain't saying it's right or wrong. I'm just showing you, the stuff I've looked at, kind of when you really want to dive deep into it, especially and that's what people say. Oh, well, Judge hits in New York, but it may not matter. And honestly, I would have honestly thought the same thing. Like, oh, well, Judge is probably hitting some short porch opposite direction. Just, oops, I tapped the ball and it's a home run. But it's not the case. This is not the case this year. Maybe last year it was, or some other years he had more luck, but this year he didn't have much luck. Game day, we are, I think, at 11 spots. Yeah, 11 spots. We're probably not going to get it in tonight, which is, again, too big for my britches in this break. Kind of, went a little overboard. Did a break that I was like, this would be a fun break to get in. I'm like, should I do it? Should I do it? Screw it. I'm doing it. It's the end of the baseball year. A little fun little celebration. It may spill over into the playoffs by the time we get to it. So, but that's just life. That's life. But anyways, what do you guys think about that? I mean, again, I'm not, and do I think Judge is having, Ohtani, or whatever his name is, Rally's having an MVP worthy season? Yes, but just like last year, Bobby had a way better year last year than Rally's having this year. And he got not even nearly the same amount of talk of MVP. Now, obviously, Judge had a better year last year as well. But if, again, Judge had an incredible year last year. But Bobby, was, he got no love. Now he plays in Kansas City. But he had like a 10 war year last year, whatever it was. Incredible year. And he didn't really get much love. So, I'm not any kind of Yankees fan. I'm not. But, that's my opinion. Yeah, but we have a cat. Why are you saying that? I'm just curious. Seriously, why are you saying that? And if you're just saying he's a catcher and he hit 60 home runs, I don't think it's a complete year. And also, and I know people say, well, if Cal wasn't on there, they wouldn't be there. I honestly think if you didn't have Judge on that team, look who's on that team. If anything, the Mariners lineup is quite a bit better. They have so many guys hitting like 30 plus home runs too. And, so it's not like they don't got scrubs. They actually got, I think overall, a kind of scarier lineup. It just, they kind of were struggling on offense for a long time. So, James, that's what I was saying about that on there, that if you go look at it, it has the, it's right here. I'm gonna get rid of the Rally's numbers. And this isn't actually the home run. So like this right here, he didn't necessarily have 14 home runs that way. That's just saying he hit 14 balls that were doubters, where they were only home runs. But he did have quite a few of those home runs. We went and looked. Let me see. It says 14. He didn't have 14 right here. So like this right here, like what is in the mostly gone, this 10, but it wasn't a home run, even though it was one of those 34, right? So there are a total of, if you add up all of those, that's how many are on this page. It's more than 60. He had 60 home runs, but on this page, there are like 70 or 80 hits. As you can see, it's like this one right here, 7. That's a doubter, but that was only a double. That was a fly out. That was a field out. Wait, a field out? Did he get thrown out at first? Did he like rocket it to the here? We can go watch it. Oh, you guys can't see it. I can see it. Oh, I think it means. Oh, he flied out. It says field out. That's weird. Oh, it does show it. Never mind. It does show it. And that's also kind of cool thing about, I love going to this website, the Baseball Savant. It just has all this stuff. It's so cool. You can go look at it. It's a sweet website. So like all these, all their hits you can go look at, all their singles, doubles, you can go look at it as well. You can click on it and you can watch the video. But yeah, it said he did have some luck. Like this one was gone in one. That does say field out. That says field out too instead of fly out. Anyways. So that, all right. But that's you can just quickly look at this and kind of just see it does the math for you. Kind of like, okay, these guys got more lucky this year based upon where they were at, where exactly where they hit it or whatever, right? So it kind of tells more of because we all know, right? You can hit that right center field in New York, man. You can get some lot of extra home runs. and you play half your games there, there's a good chance you're going to get quite a few that sneak over. But that wasn't the case this year for Judge. And honestly, that's honestly when I started looking at this, I kind of started. I was like, some of his right. Is he getting that? But in the end, I mean, he's just such a game changer at bat. Overall, it's not just home runs. I mean, what I mean, and when you're getting on base nearly half the time, that's a big game changer. I'm just saying. Anyways. There's lots of fun stuff on here, but that's one of my favorite to look at. And I think this year I have not gone the deep dive into it, but according to the WAR stats, Judge is having somehow a better defensive WAR year than Cal. I know he plays outfield. I don't know. I don't know how he's doing. I know he robbed a home run. I think when you rob a home run, which I personally think is a pretty easy thing to do for a Major League Baseball player compared to doing a lot of other stuff. I do think the outfielders do get a lot of extra love for defensive WAR on that. But that's such a weird thing. That's such a kind of complex thing that I don't know. We're not going to get into it. Anyways, let me read. Yes, Judge did not have a defensive year. He was injured and whatnot. And yes, Cal's a catcher, so he controls the whole game. I mean, I think it's a lot different for pitchers. I mean, I think pitchers aren't pitchers calling their shots these days anyways. I mean, I'm not trying to discount a catcher at all. I'm not saying, that's I don't know. I will say it's the most grueling position. Than anything. It takes, I think it's more mental. I mean, the physical is just the abuse you take back there. But, playing, the hot corner or third base and like shortstop, that's, I think, some of the hardest to do. Cause that's all the stuff that, and you're really good at that and you're doing those kind of things. Like you watch some of those third basemen, man. That's amazing. Going down the line. It's quick, right? You don't have time. You're just reacting. You getting the ball. Then you got to, get the ball and make a crazy throw. Some guy running down the line. To me, that's some of the most incredible defensive plays, in my opinion. But when guys are running in the outfield and they run and then they just dive, I'm like, yeah, but that's okay, you're just running. That's just, I don't think it's quite the same level of difficulty as what the infielders do. And the catcher doesn't really do that. Yes, they do have a lot of important jobs, per se. Like Freddie Fermin, he had a way better year if you look at the stats than Hal. It's way obviously, but I was same thing. That example, because obviously a lot of people had a way better year in the outfield than Judge. That's pretty obvious. But yeah, but again, just because you broke some records, I don't know. If he would have hit 70 home runs, I think maybe then. But I don't know. And that obviously that could be another story. But breaking it all unique ones, I guess per se, right? We're saying he beat the switch hitter one. It's okay, well then someone beat a record this year because it was on a Tuesday and it was cloudy. They had the most ever, and that's the new record. And again, I'm not trying to discount it because it's again, I know I sound like it, but I'm not. But it's also he beat this record of if this, he beat it. That's just, yeah. That's a good way to look at it, Steven. I don't know. I've honestly thought of that, Steven. Steven, I think that's honestly right there is where I do give the edge to Judge. He gets on base, right? He's providing those opportunities for the team to get those runs. And he's still hitting 53 home runs. So down a little bit. But again, You take away Cal's extra 8 he got because he got lucky per se. I mean, he did. We saw there was at least 3 or 4 where it was only gone in one ballpark. So he had the extra luck for that. So just again, that's just baseball though, right? I mean, just that little bit on the bat where you can't control that launch angle where it's, oh, it was just a line out. The guy caught it at the wall. If you had the tiny bit more launch angle, that's a home run. And that's like, that's just the baseball gods, you know, that's just the luck factor. But of course, when you're hitting the ball that hard, more times than not, that's gonna, you know, it's gonna work in your favor. So it's, well, yeah. And again, yeah, I can't discount that either, Rip and Dicky. I mean, yeah, again, that's why it was exciting because it was out of the nowhere. Um, but I just, again, if they came to me, if a few weeks ago when it was and when it was getting close, I was like, I think Rally I think I would be going for Rally. But again, as I kind of buckled down and just kind of just the stuff I look at, I was like, okay, it's hard to dismiss leading the league in batting average and having 53 home runs, you know, and getting on base that many times. Let's go look at runs. How many runs they've scored? Obviously, you're going to score a lot of runs by hitting home runs, so they're both going to have that way, but I don't even know. Let's go to stats. We're not even at the breaking. We're going to be just talking ball. Yeah, hey, this is just fun. Again, I'm not taking this personal. I'm not trying to, you know, anybody's opinion. I have the microphone, so it's easier for me to talk and dispute. You know, I'm not trying to, I'm just going to come from how I am looking at it. So it's good to hear. And again, I like details. I do like details. And I am skeptical of how Judge has a bonus from defensive WAR on his WAR. Again, I do think outfielders get an extra. I don't know, and this is just from just a logical standpoint of me. Of I played ball as a kid, and you know, as a high school or a middle schooler, or you know, teenager, or whatever, and I watched baseball, and I will say the outfield is, yes, it does take, you know, there are some that are extra special, you know, that can really read the ball at the bat just better, right? And they're just more natural at taking the right angles and doing that stuff. And they're just faster. And yes, that does show. But I think just playing the outfield, if you're just an athletic guy and you get enough experience out there and you're taught, I think that is a easier position to be really good at than, you know, shortstop or third base. Catcher is just that gritty one. Yes, it is a tough position. Yeah, so you get, I know, and you get that bonus for WAR too, I think. I don't even know. That's again, I don't know. But I'm looking at that and they're dinging him off. They're dinging Rowley off for his defense, and they're giving Judge a bonus, which again, I watched Bobby play most of his games this year, and he's only getting a plus like 0.3 from his defensive WAR. It doesn't add on 1-for-1 on your defensive WAR. It doesn't add on to your offensive WAR. Like if you have a 6 offensive WAR and you have a 2 defensive WAR, you don't have an 8 WAR. They don't quite do it that. It doesn't go that way. But I watched Bobby play ball this year, and he's been freaking amazing at shortstop. He leads the league in outs above average among all positions, yet he only gets a tiny bump. And then I see other people getting like a 1 to 1.5 point bump from their WAR based upon their defense. I don't get it again. So I'm not sold completely on how Cal has a minus on from his defense and Judge has a plus on his WAR. So there's that. Again, they have it on there. There obviously people are smarter than me that have that. But just don't know how, why, what they're looking at to give somebody. I think there's some situational stuff with the baseball reference, their defensive WAR. Like it's kind of like, well, it happened to be in that situation, but you can't. I mean, it's whether or not they made a defensive player or not had really probably nothing to do with if there was a guy on third base or not, right? They were going to make that play or not. Like, like if Bobby made a diving play and there was no one on, he still made that play, but he doesn't get as big a bump to his WAR as if there was a guy on third and he made that play, but he had no control of that, right? It's just a luck, right? You could get luck into defensive WAR in a way, because I think how they calculate it, because like it's kind of like, oh well, you saved a run there because there was somebody on third, but that play, I mean, and I get it. I mean, it makes sense kind of, but also at the same time, it's like, well, that's just luck. They happened to hit the ball there. You made a great play at the right time. It doesn't mean you played better defense. That was just the opportune time. And I don't fully understand that. So that's where I'm like, and when I see that sometimes, and I watch with my eyes, and I'm like, And then you look at other stats that go along with like Bobby's defensive WAR. I'm like, I just don't get it. So that's why it makes me question when Judge has a positive from his defense added to his WAR and Cal has a minus. I don't know. I'm not that smart. But I'm hanging my hat on Judge was leading the league in most of the offensive stats. And some of the important ones. And was right up there in the others. Cal wins it. I'll be happy for Cal. I like Cal. I like the Mariners. And if he does, I'll be open to some 25 Topps Chrome update, hunting for some cows. Anyways, all right, what do you guys think? I've been too busy talking. Do you think Topps is hoping Cal wins MVP? Steven, I've already said that. I do think Topps is rooting for it. Maybe they have a vested interest in getting voters to, maybe they're like, hey, maybe you guys can vote for Cal. We'll do this for you guys. Here's a box of some cards to open. I don't know. And they're like, yes, because this will help us sell update. I do think they are hoping that. I would, if I was Topps, yes, I would be hoping Cal wins it, because that's going to make Topps Chrome update even better. I think a lot of people are looking forward to Topps update and Chrome update. So yes, I do think that. So I'm not going to be sad if he wins it, if Cal wins it. I'm not going to be like, oh, he didn't deserve it. I just don't think I would vote for him. Looking at it from my perspective. And it's not because I love Judge. So it's not like that. To me, it's just I don't have, I'm not, if it was Bobby, I'd be biased. I'd be like, oh, well, Bobby's getting robbed because of this. I'm like, Bobby should win it. But it's not quite that for me. Yeah, I agree. I don't know, Steven. I don't even know what the voters, I don't even know who the voters are, to be honest with you. I'm assuming it's some journalist group. I think that's what it is. I'm not an expert on that either. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of Writers Guild or something, Baseball of America Writers Guild or something. I think that's what it is. Someone tell me. Someone knows out there. How about them Ducks? Hometown is Eugene, Oregon. I don't think about the Ducks, man. I don't follow college sports. Sorry. I know enough just because of the pop culture aspect of it. I know a little bit, and I see stuff. I work with people that are, college football fans. It's not something I'm into. I love football. Football is a great sport. I love watching the NFL because it is very entertaining. It can be, at least when it's good football. It's a fun sport to watch. But I love baseball. And I know baseball cannot be fun to watch. I don't care. I still love it. I watch it. And I get it. That's just me. I love baseball. It's my favorite sport. But football is a way better sport, objectively, to watch it. It just is. It's a good product. They've done some dumb stuff. Their refs are starting to suck too. Like last year, I started watching more. I've said this before, but just watching other games that aren't my Chiefs, I'm just like, wait, what? What are these calls they're doing? I'm like, how are you missing that call? And what are you calling that for? And I don't know. But Ian, I don't know anything about the Ducks. They're doing well. I know they were in a game. I saw there's something about them, but people are saying like they was tied or something. I don't remember. I don't know. The other day. Baseball Writers Associated Maker. I knew it was something like that. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Old ass sports writers. Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was. So yeah, and I don't know who they are. I don't know if it like earns over, like, and then you get nominated. Like, say we're kicking this person out this year, and every year they invite a new person, and then you're in it for 15 years, 30 years, 5 years, and then it's like okay, and then you earn your way in there somehow, or you do enough, whatever, to get your way into it. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. James, I don't know. Most valuable to your team is kind of hard to me. If you're going to go most valuable to your team, you'd have to go pitcher every time. Personally, I think pitchers are the most important part of your baseball team, because if you had the best pitchers that could go 8 innings every game, 5 pitchers that could go 8 innings and give you, when they have a bad day, they give up 3, 4, 5 runs, and then all the other days they're giving up 1, 2, 3 runs. You're going to win baseball games. You don't even have to have that great of a, you just have a par offense. And you're going to be the best team in baseball, because pitching is great. Pitching wins every time. Not every time in a series, right? Good pitching can falter. But over a season, your pitching staff is probably some of the most important part. Obviously, not every team's that way. Some of the best, teams that do rely more on offense. I get that, and they just kind of slug their way. That can be a thing, but I mean, why? I don't understand why some of the pitchers aren't even in the talk. I mean, I know they have their own war. It's different, but that's where I'm at too with it. I'm like, why aren't these pitchers in the conversation? What do they have to do? It's tough to compare, but right, we like. Which is why, again, Cal's in the conversation. We like the long ball. Chicks dig it. So that's why, that's the main reason he's on the conversation. If he only had 49 home runs, I don't think right now there would even be a conversation. But he had 11 more where he, like, oh, now he's in it. So why aren't the pitchers? Cal allowed 5th most by a catcher. Yeah, and that's a stat to me, which also is not 100% on the catcher. It could be on the catcher. Some catchers, their pop time and their arm just made as good. That's also on the pitcher at times. So I can't sit. It's hard to see. That's such a unfair stat for a catcher, in my opinion, because it's like, how do you know? And also, it doesn't matter how good you could be the best catcher, and if a guy gets the best break ever, he's going to steal the base. That's just, just physics. He got it. He got a huge break. He just read the pitcher just perfect. He got it right. And it goes down against, hey, the catcher didn't get him, but catcher didn't have a shot type thing. So I get it. It does. Yeah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for sure, which is maybe I don't know. Again, very convoluted, and I don't know. That's what I'm going to go with. I would say Judge is going to win it. But doesn't mean he will win it. I'm just saying if you asked me, I would say Judge. Those are the reasons why. I feel like it's, again, just one man's opinion, but I've done some research. Where'd that window go? Oh, it just went away. Dude, this is like a make-believe Tesla. Back when my boys were interested in Tesla cars, that's what that background is. It's a fake modded Tesla, and that's been in my background ever since I got this computer. When we built them in 2000, I think it was. We built these computers. Did you see Pete Alonso is opting out of his contract for next year? I did not. Ooh. I don't even think New York deserves Pete Alonso. I feel like they didn't treat him very well, in my opinion. I'm not saying fans. I'm just mean team. And he balled out this year, didn't he? He had a really good year. Anyways, I don't know why I lost that window all of a sudden. I don't know where it went. See it over there. I don't see it. Okay, here it is. Weird. Just disappeared on me. Anyways, it is. I mean, yeah. I mean, I said it's again. That's why he's in the conversation, because he did hit 60. But if you're again, I feel like people think I'm just dogging on him on Cal. I'm not. I'm being objective and I'm looking at it. And if anything, I said he actually got more help with his home runs. Wait, Judge, we looked at it. I showed you. Isn't exact science? Probably not, but it's. I mean, they're using metrics of okay, well, he got lucky on more home runs. He actually should only have. Where's that? At 52 right here. He should only have 52. Maybe you guys can't even. I don't even know. Make it bigger. All right. And he was actually helped out by where he was hitting the ball based on the ballpark. Like I said, we went down here. We had to find Judge. He's not even like on the page. He's at like 0.1. So he actually did not get help based upon the ballparks. Like he didn't get lucky and hit a bunch of short, opposite ones to right field in Yankee Stadium. And if you look at that, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do 20 home runs minimum. We'll update it. We'll hit. It's a no doubter. Let's see who was. So this is no doubt percentage. Who is up here for the top guys? Oh, actually, you know what? We can just we don't have to look at it this way. Buxton was up there. He crushed a bunch of balls. So almost 70% of his 35 home runs were out in all ballparks. Bobby was up there. He was right there. He's at 65%. When Bobby hits a home run, he crushed it. But Bobby he just swings really hard. For a little scrawny shortstop. I mean, not scrawny, but it's not a big dude compared to, a lot of these other guys smashing the ball. All right, we'll just hit this. Let's go actual. All right, here it is. So no doubters. So Cal was 46 of his 50. They're all right about the same. All these guys up here. So all of them, obviously, Judge was actually of those top, all the guys over 50. He was the highest at 52.8. No doubters, but that's real close. The amount of their home runs, real close. All these guys, that's all within the same. It was just the extra where he was 0.1. Not much help. The guys above him all kind of led the way in getting the luckier home runs. Where he's like, okay, they hit that ball in the right ballpark. So, actually, yeah. And again, I think a lot of people, someone commented, well, Judge, he plays in New York and he probably got a bunch of extra home runs. Not this year. Did not. I know somewhere you can look like the average distance. I don't see that on here. I think that's in some other stuff you can look at. I know I've seen it. Anyways. All right, guys. Well, I've enjoyed the talk. We got a few more spots sold. I think we're down to single-ish digits on the break. Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah, well, we're down to 10. We're down to 10. Again, I think I probably went a little too big, but we'll be back probably tomorrow night to try to see what we can get. I'll make a post in the morning saying, hey, please come get in the break. Let's get it going. We got spots. Why aren't you guys buying spots? No, I'm not going to do that. But I don't know. Like I said, I enjoyed this talk. I enjoyed the back and forth about although I need to do better. I don't like it when I don't have because I'm looking up here. I don't like when I don't have my chat up here. It's on my phone and I'm looking up here and I don't see it and it's down here. I'm not very good. Judge only had one outfield assist, but only one error. Again, yeah. I mean, I just think there's more when you're looking at it and you're saying, well, Judge did this and Judge did this. Most of the argument for Cal is home runs, and he's a catcher. That's been the main argument. And then also, like I said, they were bringing up? Yeah, he broke records, and that's all good and well, but it's unique. It's more specific. I mean, he beat Ken Griffey Jr.'s Mariners, which is a big time. That's it's always it's huge. That's you're gonna be that makes you kind of a legend. Especially if Cal has a long prosperous career when he continues raking the ball. He's up there in 40 plus home runs in the next 10 years or something like that. He's gonna be a legend. If he just does this, he's still gonna be, oh man, remember Cal in that year? Especially, to me right now, I kind of wish they could take the playoffs into account, but I know they don't, because this is where it matters. This is where you ball out, right? This is where the MVP shines. But I get it's a season award, for a person. So I get it. It's not that. Some people always say it should, but it just never has. So you can't start that now. So yeah. So those kind of things, where he had the most for his team, he had the most for a switch hitter. If he would have broken like the actual record, I think that would be a bigger selling point. I think that would actually, if we hit the 60, was this 4 home runs you need, whatever, to beat Judge? Was it 63? I can't even remember. 62 is the record. I do think if you actually beat that record, the actual record from American League, which is weird. Now it was a little different with American and National League. They play each other now. It's kind of a weird stat, is what it used to be. When it was you didn't play the other teams, and then it started where you just played a couple series and that was it. Versus like a rivalry team. So a lot of stuff's changed. Baseball has changed, so it is. And also, I will say this: when people were comparing Cal to previous catchers, and there were some great years by catchers, and some great catchers. There were some big time names on there, of the last 20 years, and then even back, but some catchers, a lot of them, hitting like 320. But also, I will say, hitting over 300 is not what it used to be. I think there end up being maybe 8 people that hit over 300 this year, and I think in the past there would be quite a few more. I think pitching has gotten tougher, harder to hit. They're doing stuff with the ball that they used to not do. And so to be a home run hitter and one of the best and lead the league in batting average, I think that's an extra. To me, I look at that and you're looking at like, oh man, not that many people are hitting over 300, and he hit 330, and the next person was 310 ish. He needed a 63. Yeah, I think that would have been a more compelling argument personally on that if he would have got 63 and broke that record. But that's an actual record. That's the record, the American League, not the this record, or like I said again, not. Like I said, everybody could make a record this year, right? There were probably 1 million records set this year. Obviously, big. There's a pretty big, most by switch hitter, most for your team ever. They're much bigger milestones than, like I said, the Tuesday. It was cloudy, and and there was butterflies seen out in left field in the 3rd inning, right? Those type of stats where it's, oh, this is the most ever by this, That's what I'm getting at with those other ones. It's not the record, right? If you get what I'm saying, right? It's not the home run record. It's the Mariners record. It's the most by a switch hitter, most by a catcher. And those are big ones. Those are not the crazy, stupid, where some announcer is making up. Dude, if you look at it like this and you squint and you do, that's the best. That's the most ever, or the most since 1950, right? Those are big ones. I'm not gonna lie, it is. But I think that would have personally put him over the edge. I don't know if he did enough. We're gonna find out though here in a couple months. I'm gonna be wrong, and I'm not saying people that saying Judge or Cal are wrong. You could be right. He could win. He's got a shot. Vegas is saying it's like 50-50 last I saw, so it's a debate. It's a fun debate. It's actually nice we have a debate, because the last few years we really haven't had much. Sorry, something. I'm getting choked up talking about baseball. All right, James, I'll get you down. Yeah, that's what Jake. A lot of people have said too, but I mean, there is that. Like some people are saying, it does go playing New York. You're going to get a little bit of a lift, right? It's just what it is. There's the factors do play into it. I don't know if it's the same as it used to be. Let's say something like the 2000s or 90s. I think that a lot of that kind of stuff has gone away. That oh, he plays for New York, it's a bigger market. I don't think it's quite the same. That I don't think that gets that same bias. And now that we have all the other stats, I think they do look at WAR, I'm sure, and all the stats. I don't know how they make their mind up. No clue. I mean, we have a clue, but we don't really know why they're making their decisions. Not like they write a thesis. This is why I voted for this person. And also, I'm going to claim ignorance here. How do they vote? Do they do a ranked vote? Do they go right? Don't they do some sort of like top 5, top 3? Is that what they do? Someone tell me. I could go look it up. Touchdown Packers. Yeah, I mean you could. I mean Julio plays great center field. He's right up there with WAR too. I think that's what I mean. I'm ready for the M's, man. I'm rooting for the M's. They're my team in the playoffs. I want to see Cal hit 20 home runs in the playoffs, and Julio have some sexy plays out in center field and also hitting some smashes. I'm ready for it. So, yeah, I'm not against Cal. I'm rooting for Cal in the playoffs. I don't think the Reds have a shot. I don't really think I want to personally see the Reds in the World Series. I'm glad they're in the playoffs. I kind of just want to see them make it. Maybe they'll get lucky and win. I just don't think they have what it takes offensively to get too far in playoffs. That's my opinion. I just don't think they do. And I don't even think that would be a good World Series to see them in there because their team just, I don't know, you watch their offense, it's frustrating. It's not like, oh, that's fun. Like Detroit, their offense is fun. They're fun to watch, and they don't have real superstars either. There's some bigger names there, obviously, some names, but it's not, there's no headliner. It's just a bunch of dudes, and there's some other ballers on the team that are just fun to watch. I can root for that, but just something about Cincinnati. I was rooting for them in. I don't think they have what it takes, and then I think about it. I don't think that'd be. I could be proven wrong. I just feel like their team, their offense, it's just not that fun of a watch. I follow them fairly close because I know some Reds fans. I work with a couple, so I've been following them. So I kind of follow them, and I see it. And I love their pitching staff, especially their starters. They're young guys, but the offense it's suspect, man. It's give Judge the MVP and Cal and Julio the World Series. Let's do it. And like I said, if Judge doesn't get it, my feelings won't be hurt. I'll be like, oh, sweet, Cal got it. I may not even still agree with it, but I'm like, I can't be like, oh, no way, that's the worst. That's so stupid. I wouldn't be. I'd be like, no, they voted for him. It is going to be interesting to see. It's not going to be unanimous. I think we can say that it won't be unanimous. All the Mets are MVP to Nala. I sent the whole Mets team for my max. Nala's thinking he's having like $20K in buyback. That's funny. Leave the Nala. I'm pretty much done selling spots tonight. We got 10 left. We've just been talking MVP and ball. We were talking about playoffs, then we got into the long debate. It was fun about Rally or Judge. I mean, I really do wish Cal could have done it and proved and sold me on it. I just wasn't sold on it. Sorry, it's not. Just looking at the numbers, looking at the season, and even when people say, "Well, earlier, for the last month or two, people say, "Wow, Cal's way more important. You take Cal off." I mean, you take Judge off. No, he is this. He's the soul of that team, pretty much. I think. Yeah, I think. I mean, he's a great ball player. At this point, I mean, he's proved now in and out. But this year again, just the numbers don't lie, in my opinion. They're just. I don't know. He's just. Yeah, he's the Barry Bonds of our time. This time, it's kind of what it is, almost. Well, I mean, I will say that is too, but like I said, I'll be opening an update. It doesn't matter. I do have Judge. I've pulled more Judge, but that's not swaying my vote one bit because just not. I mean, it's not like because I have no say in it, right? Just because I say it, it has no bearing on whether or not he's going to get MVP. It's not like, oh, I have lots of Judge to turn in for MVP. I'll be doing some update. And honestly, I would love to get in some breaks because I probably get some sweet Julio cards from Chrome Update. You'll have some cool cards in there, or some Ken Griffey cards. Anyways, that's what we've been doing, Boone, Nala. We've been chit chatting about that, and I've just been showing the stuff I've been looking at, especially the home runs, that specifically, and then the war stuff. But mainly just ready for some playoff baseball. I mean, I know I feel for your team didn't make it. I wish the Royals today got knocked out today. I would have been exciting. Hey, man, they're playing a game. And it definitely would have sucked when the team that you needed to lose lost and you didn't win. I get that. That would be, God, sucks, but I'm not going to lie. I wish my Royals were still in it. I could suffer some heartache. It's better than crap. We're out of it a week out now. Last week, whenever it was, with 6-7 games left, was when we officially got knocked out. I was thinking it was 6 games. We got knocked out officially, and we were kind of out before, but just would have been. I would have loved it if my Royals were still in it, even if we would have fell short by a day or two. Even it would have been better than we did. I mean, I'm glad we weren't out a month ago, right? And so. It was cool that they were so much determined on the last day. It was pretty cool. And the whole last weekend, there was a ton still decided in the last weekend, the last series. That was cool. So, and hopefully we're going to see some good playoff ball. And Royals. But Bobby for MVP. He led the league in hits for 2 years in a row. That's MVP stuff. Not many players have done that. Last year he had way more. He had 30 more hits last year than this year. I think Bobby got robbed last year personally, because Bobby is definitely is very valuable to this last year. He was so valuable to his team. He was the team. So I don't think they don't do how valuable that probably could play a role, but it does not play that big of a role, because if so, Bobby would have won last year. But Judges had an incredible year last year. Just like for Bobby, had one of the best years ever, probably maybe the best year, one of the best years for a shortstop overall, and didn't even come close to in a shot. Teams have to shoot for 90 wins. Yeah, well, pretty much. Most of the teams that got in did have 90 wins. All right, last thing we'll look at, and then I'm going to call the night because I do have to work in the morning. But we will be back again tomorrow night. I'll get back late. I'll be back after volleyball. We'll go live 8 to 9 again. I'll make a post in the morning saying, "Come get your spots." We're down. I think we're down to 9 or so now, and so It'll be nicer for me too, because now at this point, if we were breaking right now, I'd be up late. I get up early this way because I don't work on Tuesdays or tomorrow. It's my Friday, so I can rip late tomorrow night for sure. So we'll probably definitely get in tomorrow. But anyways, how many teams got in with one? Actually, quite a few actually in the American League at least. Half the teams got in. Cleveland at 88, Boston at 89, Detroit at 87. In the National League, only one team. They had one at 90, San Diego, and then Cincinnati with 83. So the National League had the lowest team with on 83 wins, and it took 87 wins though to get in the American League. But I mean, for the most part, it was from 83 wins all the way up to 96 wins between the top and the lowest. So between the Brewers and the Reds overall, those are the best record and the worst record to get in. So what is that? 13 game win difference. Is that right? Yeah, 83, 96. Oh, 97. They had 97, so 14. So, yeah, for the most part, you got to shoot for 90. If you fall a little short, hope you get in. American League, more teams did, but only 83 for the Reds to get in. That's actually pretty crazy because the Royals had 82 wins. They did not. They were kicked out a week ago. So some years to just say you get lucky, but yeah, shoot for 90 wins. Yeah, 90 wins is good. 90 wins is good. All right, fellas. Well, congrats again to those. The teams did make it in the playoffs. Again, I'm rooting for the M's. If you sent me this hat, let me know. Let me know. You may have already sent me a message saying I'm going to send you a hat. So I don't know. You said if this is my third hat from a Mariners fan, I don't think someone sent me another one, but maybe you did. Let me know. Best series Tuesday, Yanks. I mean, I'm going to say the Yanks and Red Sox is just always to me, that's just a baseball matchup right there. And I don't like either team. I'm not rooting for them. But that's a big time rivalry right there. Padres and Cubs, though, I think they both are good series. Those are good series. I love when it's a rivalry. It's fun like that. You won't get much better than like Boston and New York. That's up there. It's up there in rivalry. But I will say Cubs and Padres. Like I said, I just want to see some. I want to see some exciting series, fun. Where you can be watching. You're watching the end of the game because you don't know who's going to win. That's what I want. Baseball. I love baseball. Like I said, baseball, best sport. Even if it's not the funnest to watch, but playoff baseball. It's probably the best. I think. I may say playoff baseball is the best to watch. I may say that, yeah. Even though, like I said, I do think the NFL, on a per game basis, football is a fun sport to watch. You think those should? Definitely the most exciting. When you say that, I had to think of the other ones, Dodgers and Reds. Yeah, that's not that exciting. Obviously, Reds can win. It doesn't matter. That's the thing. That you make it in, you have a shot. And they got pitching. They do have pitching. They just happen to get hot with their bats, but their bats just aren't that good overall. Not consistent enough. They got some. Obviously, they got major league ball players on there, but it's. Nowhere near. I think they were probably one of the. I'm not looking at stats or anything. They're probably the worst offensive. Okay, I'll go look. Jeez. One more thing. I'm gonna be here all night. I can see how many runs they've scored this year. So let's see. Runs scored. Cleveland's only at 643. Are you kidding me? Those Cleveland Guardians have a -6 run differential. That's awful. And they got in. The Royals were +14 and they did not. Houston was, yeah. So they just, that's crazy. Anyways, let's see. Reds actually scored quite a bit of runs, so not even close. But I think, like I said, I think it's the consistency with the Reds. They got some ball players and young ball players, but so I think sometimes they've had some big, run scoring times, and I think they've had droughts where they're just frustrating because I hear it from my Reds fans. But holy cow. Cleveland won the division, won the series. Detroit was +67 on theirs. That's crazy. -6 on the run differential. Well, September's an important month of baseball. September is an important month. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. So, all right, guys. Speaking of that, we're going to finish this and I'm going to go to bed. We'll be back tomorrow night, 8, 9 o'clock. Like I said, I got volleyball. So I'll post something in the morning saying, come get your spots. I think we're down to 9, I believe. If my math in my head, based upon what I read, yes, we're down to 9. 9 spots. 9 spots, and we should get it done. I think we can get it done tomorrow. I may have to go topless. I don't know. We'll see. We get it done, but maybe I'll have to sweeten the pot. I just want to get the break in. It's fun. So, all right, guys, appreciate you coming out, hanging out, chit-chatting. It was a good time. Can't believe I was not planning on going this long if we didn't get the break. I was thinking maybe 45 minutes to an hour. It's been an hour 45 because I've had fun. I appreciate you guys. Come talking ball. That's what that's what it's all about. I like baseball. I'm not here to playing cards. It's also about the sport. I actually like the sport. I like baseball. All right. Let me hit the right buttons. Okay. Here we go. All right, guys. Hit the like, sub. If you want to get in the breaks in general, hit that notification bell because that's how you find out about the breaks. And there's one up on the site right now. It's called the Big Something End of Season, blah, blah, blah. We got a lot of boxes. You can go check it out on the website, KC Card Breaks. And until, I guess, tomorrow night, see you.